And did you hang on, I'll see this in a sec. Sorry. We're gonna we'll see you guys in a sec. Alright folks, welcome back. You can see them talking about the Legacy of the Void lags. Apparently they're having a bit of some issues going into this, but at any rate, well, thank you for joining us here in this group style show match. It is the finals of the match, or show match I should say. Spawning on the rightmost side of Dashing Terminal, it's going to be the blue Terran player, Beastyqt.
And in the top middle, will he actually take it against Beastyqt this time? It is Acer Bly.
So one of the things to note about what they're discussing right now is there are no perfect servers for Legacy of the Void. The unfortunate reality is they're all based off of this beta server set up in like California or something. And even then, even if you live close to the beta servers, you still lag. It's inconsistent, and it's just everybody feels it sometimes. So if it's really bad, then you know, remakes happen and stuff, and if not, not a big deal. Anyways, so they're just gonna roll with the punches, I guess. But okay, so for Bly's sake, yo, we've got this curse. Do you know about the curse, Livy? Do you know about this curse? It's a very real thing.
No, tell me about the curse.
It's called the group stage curse, all right? And anytime you rematch somebody in the finals, it always goes the other way. Like this
Opposite, yeah.
This isn't a once or twice thing we're extrapolating nothing from. This seriously happens all the fucking time. Go look at results from WCS, DreamHacks. Anytime there's a group stage, it always happens, guys. So BC did win the first time, which means Bly is probably going to win the series, right? Question mark?
Well, if it goes by the popular trend of things and the curse, then we might see two Zergs come out of this victorious. But I don't know. Even though my heart says Zerg, I think I'm cheering for Beastyqt.
I was going to ask you, by the way, before we hopped into this, right, that awkward pause was, did you have a cover on your chair before or something? I just feel like I didn't see pink in your background until I looked at you before the intro, and I was like, what happened? What?
I did. I had my I had like a green screen blanket over my chair.
Oh, okay. I was so confused. I was like, was I this stupid? Was your chair always pink? I couldn't figure it out.
It fell off. I couldn't be bothered putting it back on, especially since you don't have green screen activated. It just looked like I was sitting in a sea of green, and it was looking a bit disturbing.
Yeah, normally I have your little background in your little stars doodad. I forgot about that, actually. I probably should have set that up. That's my bad. That's my production bad.
It's all good. Oh, good. Alright, well, Roach is coming out again from Bly, as we actually saw him do multiple times in the last series between these two. He really does favor the Roach play. Burrowed Roach play, multi-prong Roach harass. I mean, he does eventually go transition into that bling muter play that we do see a lot of Zerg players use as standard. But Bly, he likes to start off with the Roaches.
Right, and he loves his Roaches too, but they didn't work in the previous time these two fought each other, and Beastie won that series pretty nicely. Depot being down, we'll let some of the links slip by.
Ooh, taking out one of the SUVs. Hellions are now out, but it looks like that Bly, he's actually going to be transferring 3 of those Roaches into Ravagers, and it's going to be putting on a little bit of a pressure at this front wall for Beastyqt.
Yeah, engineering bay does get stalled out, but the bunker's the big deal. Just a small correction in chat too. People are bringing up Bly's Polish lag. It's worth noting Bly's actually not Polish. He's from the Ukraine. And because of this, it makes it extraordinarily difficult for me to pay him money anytime we have to do show matches and things, because the Ukraine is, well, in the state of war that it is, and PayPal doesn't go through there right now. Neither does bank transfers.
Oh wow, that's new. That's terrible.
Actually, I've learned a lot this year through having to do bank transfers and payouts to players and prize pools. Like, for example, if you have to pay somebody in Korea, right? you have to pick between North and South Korea, but the thing is, they're not allowed to send money to North Korea. So I'm just like, why the fuck is this an option? Like, who's sending money to North Korea in the first place? And secondly, like, why do you have to ask about it? Like, if you can't say yes anyways.
It's to weed out people that are trying to send money to North Korea.
Yeah. So it's like the trick, like, you're a terrorist who's so stupid that they're like, oh, I'm just gonna, no, I'm sending it to Kim Jong-un. He's a personal friend, or whatever. I don't know. It's silly. It's stupid. But anyway, so yeah, for those who bring that up, Bly lives in Ukraine. He doesn't live in the Eastern Team House or anything like that. And, yeah, scary place to be, that's for sure. Cloak finishes up shortly here for the Banshee, and that's going to be heading out to join its sister, already in the front lines.
Yep. I like how the Banshee is a girl. I mean, it does have a girl voice, so it makes sense, right? It's not just a girly voiced male or anything.
It's literally a girl, yes, you are correct.
But that's awesome. I never really think about the genders of the units, though. But getting a drone kill, very nice. And
actually, if we're gonna talk about genders of the units, the Liberator being a female, I was not expecting, but I'm actually totally okay with. They gave the Liberator a really cool voice.
Ooh, one of the Banshees gets taken down. And this queen actually, yeah, 3 queens getting taken out in that process, and a drone. And now a second drone looks like its life is gonna be lost. And at the third base, Hellions roasting up some drones even more.
Oh wow, yeah, nice run by over here. I actually didn't catch those. Busy entranced by the Banshee. Doesn't devastate the drone count yet, but still killing drones as we speak. Already killing 3 queens. I mean, that's screws with larva injects more than anything else. I mean, Bly's sitting here with like 700 minerals. Can't really do much with them.
Yeah, that was quite frustrating there for Bly to deal with. Just losing 3 queens is never really the situation you want to be in, because it really holds your injects and your creep spread. And you have to, of course, rebuild those queens. No Spore Crawler here at third base here for Bly, so he's actually going to take another couple of drone losses. But the Banshee is going to eventually get... No, maybe?
Oh.
Very nice save. Yeah.
Very, very nice save. And now we have a follow-up push, by the way. Another Banshee in the front lines distracting. We got a good chunk of Marines. I'm not sure where this tank is going, but... What I love about this is Beastie's been really aggressive without throwing away too much. In fact, resources lost is one thing, but the actual units lost is another, and 20 drones have died so far.
Wow. That is quite impressive. Beastyqt is opting out to get the take the third base. The creep was there, speed of creep, but actually that rescinded so fast that he could just land his command center a few seconds later.
Alright, and addressing this as well, guys, I see that people are talking about lag in chat. I tapped out to look. We did drop some frames, but they're not continuing to drop, so I'm assuming, once again, we just had some sort of weird hiccup like happened earlier today on Terraform. I have no idea what's causing it, and I have no idea how to stop it, but hopefully it doesn't continue too much.
There's some guy outside your house just leeching off your Wi-Fi. You get a password.
First off, as if I wouldn't password my Wi-Fi. Secondly, as if like I wouldn't password it with something complicated. Thirdly, I don't use Wi-Fi, man. I directly wire myself into the router, yo.
Okay, good to know. Well, I don't know what the issue is then.
By the way, all my passwords are, I'm obviously not going to give any away, but all my passwords are like incredibly perverted things. So guessing them, I just feel like people would be very uncomfortable trying to guess my passwords in the first place. Like, if you make your password like apples123, it's like whatever, you know, think of it. But if you're like, this guy's password's like dickchicken43? No way. He wouldn't. That's, oh, I don't want to type that. That's weird. Like, see, that's my logic. Super safety.
Yeah, no one really feels comfortable typing out something like that, so they just won't even try. Is that right? Alright, Bly's going for the hive now. Oh. He's actually getting a +2 ranged attack actually on the roaches, so that's actually quite interesting. He's sticking with the roach hydra play.
But Livy, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. There's this Banshees corralling the Ravagers in the middle of the map, picking off quite a few of them while this double drop goes off in the main. The roaches are going to come to respond, but I mean, frankly, most of the Ravagers were killed on the way home.
Wow. Yeah,
no anti-air. Couple of
this Hydras though gonna defend against the pylon. Sorry, at the fourth base here for Bly.
This is actually going to be kind of important for Beastyqt to have seen those Hydras, though. This definitely affects how you want to proceed in the game. You can still go Liberators. In fact, I would actually argue you would want to go Liberators more so. If you're going to go tanks, it's fine, but Roach Hydra is a very fickle composition to fight against, and tanks are just sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Yeah.
Roach Hydra is a scary thing. And of course, let's not forget Blinding Clouds make them even harder to use. Although you can pick them up and drop them outside of the Blinding Clouds now, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a way to micro around that now. 3 Vipers in production. Halfway complete here for Bly. Roach is continually being pumped out. And both players are actually nearing maxed out. Oh, big force being pushed out here from Beastyqt. He wants to actually put on some pressure, or do a huge push rather. A lot of the tanks are loaded up in medivacs already, trying to get
good shots though. Not those ones at the front lines. Not sure why he dumped them right in front of the Hydras. It was like free food, but a lot of them do somehow manage to survive. 4 tanks still going strong, shredding on the right side, attacking on the left side. Marines just gotta stay alive. If they go too far away from the tanks, they will probably take a bit of damage, but yeah. Unstim Marines look like they move like molasses. Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Viper's coming with those Blinding Clouds. Gotta pick up those tanks and move them outside of the Blinding Clouds. Oh, the abduct's going off though.
One of them gets abducted, and actually that was the tank that literally a drone could have attacked it and killed in 1 shot. That tank had 5 HP.
What we just saw though was like it looked really good for Beastie. He came in strong, but you look at the army supplies, kind of equalized afterwards. This is the problem with Roach Hydra. It's fairly easy to remax on, and the Terran players, you got to spend a lot of money to actually get those very actual valuable kills.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Bly's taking a pretty significant lead in this game, researching Burrow and just making a bunch of Hydras behind us. Looks like he's going to push out fairly soon here with his huge Roach Hydra Viper force. He's actually supply capped rather at 176. A lot of the overlords outside the main base of Beastyqt were taken out by that Viking patrolling around.
Really sad no one else watches the league apparently. Everyone missed my dick chicken reference. Yo, I don't even like football, guys, and I know nothing about fantasy football, but the league is like one of my favorite shows on TV, okay? Big attack though coming from the north side. Blinding Clouds are going to have to go down once again. No, those turrets actually helping out quite a bit. Zoning out the Viper is kind of funny to see. Planetary Fortress needs a Blinding Cloud on top of it if Bly wants to continue pushing, but it's not, so he's going to fall back. Double drops go off in the main once again. It's a couple of spine cars to buy some time, but it's way too many Marines to deal with. Corpse goes flying off into the nethers, but going to focus on the spawning pool. Look for the Roach Warren.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a good attack or defense and attack rather from Beastyqt that Beastyqt actually stabilizes in this game, and I'd say maybe even just takes a slight lead even.
If he got that hive, that would have been so sick. It would have completely denied all further Viper production, but you know, pushing on the left side while he pushes to the north, I mean, he's going to kill this base, this expansion. His 4th base was so expensive for him, so important for Bly to have. Liberator getting some good shots off too, killing some of the Hydras on its way out. Just trading out really well, but still, Bly has a big army supply lead.
It may be true, but the economy for Beastyqt is just so amazing, and with the Liberators in Defender mode, they actually do really well aggressive defense.
No, 4 Liberators, you know, the aggressive defense like Swole. It's just a stupid way to phrase it, but it's the only way to phrase it. Bly really down to 51 workers, same situation, same problems as we've seen in the past. Keep in mind, guys, again, reminding everybody that it is a $200 best of 3, essentially. The winner of this gets $200, the loser sadly gets nothing.
Yeah, and $200 Wednesday afternoon isn't a bad way to spend your Wednesday afternoon. Some burrowed roaches in play, and now the Beastyqt knows that their supply does have burrowed roaches available to him, so he's probably gonna, you know, just be cautious about his defense, making sure that the roach multi-prong harass doesn't get too out of hand. A mass scan going down here for Beastyqt. He wants to see where the army is actually situated on the map currently, so he will be able to coordinate his army accordingly.
Viper's gonna try and guard this out. I mean, I don't know what they can really do. A couple of Blinding Clouds maybe, but God, those Liberators are gonna shoot them out of the sky.
Oh,
looking for a place to siege up. Only kills like 1 Hydra. That's the downside to Liberator. It does take a long time to set up. BC certainly got the Marines and the counter units to deal with this. Even scans, doesn't want to let Bly have a single burrowed roach.
Beastyqt does clean up that Roach Hydra pesky force in the main base, but there is an attack here
Ooh,
at the
Widowmines.
base. Widowmines getting decent shots off. Blinding Cloud goes down on the missile turrets and the corner of the planetary, but doesn't really Blinding Cloud it.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what just happened, I learned this the hard way recently too. If you actually go to melee range of a planetary fortress that's blinding clouded, it can still shoot. So for example, if you think like, hey, it's a great idea to send my 3/3-lings into a planetary fortress that has blinding cloud on it, the answer is no, it's not, and it gets zombie grub quite mad at you.
It only really is worthwhile if you have ranged units attacking the planetary with blinding cloud, because then it literally can't shoot.
Yeah, and Rifkin did not know that because he doesn't mean Zerg, so... Archon mode hype!
Hype! Alright, 5 more Vipers in production here for Bly. He's still down on supply now after that aggressive attack, and Bly's actually really trying to still get his economy situated. His street just isn't there anymore after the aggressive attacks that Beastyqt has done. And Beastyqt has the entire bottom side of the map. It's completely blue.
Yeah, this is actually looking like a pretty good Beastie game, but even then, still, he's not been able to dominate. Now there's Ultralisks in play, and they've got those heavy upgrades, but ooh, we got two amazingly cool things happening right now. One, we have the Behemoth reactor on the way, but secondly, and more importantly, we have hyperflight rotors being researched. For those who don't know what hyperflight rotors are, if you've ever said to yourself and said, man, I wish I had Banshees that move fast as oracles, well, there's the answer. That's how you do it. What's funny is their cloak ends up being incredibly effective, not because Mutalisks can't catch them or Vipers can't parasitic bomb, but they actually outrun the Overseers, and the Overseers can't cloak detect the actual Banshees. But there's also battle cruisers coming up behind this, which, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if this is trolling or not. Like if you can ever get into a situation where you can viably go battle cruisers, it's rarely a bad idea. But the fact that it's battle cruisers versus Hydras and Vipers, I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. You never really see many Terran players get to that point. But if it gets super, super, super late game and the battle cruisers get maxed out on energy, they can actually just blink all over the map just once.
Yeah, well, the idea is that you want to push with one side, push the battle cruisers on the other, and you force them to respond to one of the two pushes, and usually battle cruisers just warp to the other location.
Yeah, and it's pretty incredibly strong as long as you actually get the positioning correct. And I feel like getting into this late game, and it is all going to come down to that one last engagement.
What the fuck are explosive shrapnel shells? Increase the damage of auto turrets? Dude, Beastie's just going for upgrades I've never even fucking seen before, Louis.
Yeah.
He's upgrading
the whole rainbow of upgrades.
He's going for the faster, or for the longer lasting medevac boosts too. Like, what is happening right now? I want to see those Banshees come into effect though. He's got that speed boost on them. They look crazy fast when they actually move. Hive is going to get picked off here in the main by the looks of it. Battle cruisers being rallied to the center, and I don't know. Beastie's just...
Oh my gosh.
Again, I don't know if he's trolling or what, but like, he has got a pretty good position in this game. And I'm so scared he might give it away by going for stupid units.
These Hydras are going to pick off the off this command center though, and that's quite nice of him to pick off the supply, but he just doesn't not have the supply behind him with the Hive taken out, and he's really only just mining from one base essentially. Like, his third base is mined out, his natural base is really only got 400 minerals left, and he's got this one base in the toward the center. I
really want to see these battle cruisers work though, man. I don't believe it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's happening, Rifkin. It's happening right now.
I want to see Beastie scan and then warp in somewhere. That'd be cool to see. I also want to see the friggin' Banshee just move. It's been sitting there since you finished the upgrade.
Yeah, I would love to see battle cruisers offensively blink.
So here's the thing, right? A Yamato cannon is not strong enough to one-shot an Ultralisk, but it will do like 4/5 of its health. Again, it's 300 damage, or sorry, not even 4/5, 3/5 of its health. It's 300 damage. It'll take 2 Yamato cannons to kill an Ultralisk. The Ultralisks have crazy armor, so the auto attack from the battle cruiser is going to be pretty worthless. And, oh, there's that Banshee moving out. Look how fast that thing goes!
Not bad, not bad.
Well, for a game number 1 in a best of 3, this is certainly interesting the way it's played out.
I mean, it is late game because we do have late game tier 3 units, but if you look at the game clock, it's only been 20 minutes. And that's
Well,
kind of actually quite surprising considering how late in the game we actually are.
well, I mean, that is real clock now, too. Let's not forget. Like, for those who don't know, that was one of the big things with Legacy. Swapping over game clocks to be more in real time. Which is always weird to look at, because you're like, oh, the game's over in 7 minutes, but really, it is just a normal time. Battle Cruisers, come on. Do some warp-ins. I'm waiting on it. He did this before, in like the Lotus League or whatever. I can't even remember what it was we were casting. We're just like screaming, do warp-ins, do warp-ins, do warp-ins. God, this freaking battle. Come on, Beastie. Come on, Beastie. He's not gonna do it, Levy. I feel like the game's gonna end before he does. I just keep looking back at the battle cruisers. I wanted to have it so badly.
It seems like he's almost just trying to trade off his bio units and replace them with battle cruisers, which is actually quite funny. You just have a mass battle cruiser fleet.
Yeah.
Like, mass ultralisks, which yeah, ultralisks really don't do that great deal of damage to air units.
No, they don't. You're absolutely correct in that.
I don't know. It's just a hunch I have.
All right. Well, here goes the battle cruisers. Watch them be lame and normal. Keep hearing these scans. I keep wanting to look, and I keep wanting to expect to warp in, but it's not happening. Liberators, you have to defend that planetary actually pretty well. There's really, it is just the threat of Ultralisk, and I guess the big thing is BC never revealed the battle cruisers until just now. This is the first time Bly's actually going to see them. And,
yeah, Bly's got to be thinking, oh my god, he's only just thrown down a Spire. He doesn't have any corruptors to protest against him.
He's building mass turrets underneath the battle cruisers while he mass repairs the battle cruisers.
Oh
I love and hate this so much right now.
Yeah, and he's just got so much money in the bank. Like, he could really produce anything behind this that he wishes to. But he's just going to be continuing with Marine Marauder to kind of support his battle cruiser fleet.
Yep. I don't know what to say. BC's won this game. He's just like, he's building command centers, like manor command centers. The roaches and the hydras. You know, the thing is, parasitic bomb won't even do too much in this. Parasitic bomb's normally an amazing ability, but because it's damage over time and not burst, it's just not going to kill the battle cruisers. Like, he's going to hit all the battle cruisers, and they're just not going to give a single fuck. SCVs will repair the shit out of these units. Sim City on the ground as well. We hear some more Yamato cannons firing off on everything and anything they can. Hydras are doing a not bad job of dealing with some of these battle cruisers, but the reality is, BC's still building 4 at a time behind this.
I would have loved to see after the Vipers actually abducted the battle cruisers that they just blink away.
Oh, the Ultras can't get underneath this, by the way. They've been trying so hard, but good game's gonna be called. A Beastie will take the first game. It's really stupid best of 3. I mean, that was better than the Manor Nuke, I guess.
Well, I mean, I did really like that Manor Mule Nuke.
It was. It wasn't even just as one nuke though. It was like it was 4 nukes getting ready and prepped.
And then the Mule Hammer, and then they all exploded to the nuke.
Chat reminded me too. It was the Lycan League. That's right. We were casting. And me and TvZ and everyone who was casting was like just wanting to go Beastie fucking warp. Like just type to him, tell him to do it.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that. And he had the energy to do so as well, but he just decided it'd be better off if he left these battle cruisers attacking it, I suppose. He really didn't need to micro them at all. Like, he had the unit composition win, and he had the supply advantage, he had the economic advantage. It was just like, the game was really just won at that point.
Well, it was a good win nonetheless. Well, guys.